Hello, Internet. I've had a bunch of people ask me about Deadbeat Records. I've had emails from maybe 3 bands mention about working with them and saying it sucks, and there's also shit on message boards. Anyway, Deadbeat Records is this guy named Tom from Cleveland who's a fucking boner and he sucks. Here's the logo of his shitty label. It's like a skull with CDs or records or some sort of cylindrical disc-like circular objects. So this is the Brain Tumors record. This is how it came out. The first thing that we had to fucking do with this guy is argue with him about shit, how our record was going to look. So this is what we originally wanted. Wanted this Husker Du fucking bullshit with this title, Adults Making Responsible Decisions in the Real World. It's supposed to look stupid, okay? Like, yeah, we know that. So arguing with him, there's an email from him where he said that he showed it to his girlfriend and she didn't like it as well, which I can't seem to find. But here was his recommendation, which is just, I mean, I guess I like it a little bit more now that I see it, but at the time it was very offensive and looked like shit. But point is, he eventually was like, well, if you guys want to do it that way, we'll do it. And when I tried to push that, he was like, think I might just have to pass on the record, man. So anyway, once that shit was over, I asked him this question, which was, do we, because we're only getting 50 copies of this entire run, do we get to buy more at cost? And of course, as you can see here, he wrote, yes, bands always get the LPs at cost. So this is before anything's been pressed. This is when we're still going through artwork bullshit, more or less. So, yeah, we expect to get LPs at cost. So, what ends up happening is I'm at Extreme Noise Records and they want more copies of this record miraculously. I don't know why anybody would buy this thing. But they told me that it would cost $8 to get them from Deadbeat. So seeing as how we put the record out with Deadbeat, I figured we'd be able to get them for a little cheaper, save Extreme Noise some money. They're a totally volunteer-run record store, and it's pretty amazing that we have it. So I decided to contact Deadbeat Records. Hey dude, how much would you sell the LP to us? Got some shows, blah blah blah. I don't say that I'm getting them for Extreme Noise because I'm not an asshole, but I am an asshole because I am trying to score them for cheaper for them. He says basically that if you want black copies, they're $8 plus shipping. There's black and then there's like clear. So obviously one of the black ones, $8 plus shipping. Seems a little high for a record. So I push him and I say, so $8, shit, is that what it ended up as cost? I guess we may pick up a handful once, blah, 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 blah. Then we talk about needles for a little bit. And still going from this $8 thing, trying to get a message out of him. And he says, that's not cost, that's the band price. If I sell a bunch to you at cost, it's tougher to break even. Well, okay, so if the record cost $2,000 to make, and you pressed 2,000 and sold each one for $1, anyway, you understand the fucking problem with that logic. It's not tough to break even when you sell something at cost. That's how you break exactly even. So he gives us that shit, and he's got to do what he got to do. I put the risk there, Cleveland, Tom, Dard. So, basically I say, I don't want you to lose money on our shit, blah, blah, blah. And then I go back and said that, he could sell them at cost, and that's what we talked about. I said I could give them to you at band cost, and when we discussed the price, I said it would be about $7. Goes into this other shit and basically says, on top of printing costs, I paid the presser to stuff each one into the LP. And he's talking about the inserts. This is the fucking insert. It's a piece of paper. So his cost of printing a black and white piece of paper, of course, is factored into this number. Still, that's fine. That would be at cost. If we have to pay for the amount that it costs them to ship and everything else, when you factor in the cost of something, you take all those things into consideration. So, anyway, our price is set at $8. Same price that any wholesale distro. So that's why Deadbeat Records sucks. That's why Tom's a piece of shit. That's why we hate him. And then he continues being a fucking prick. Band cost us $8. And then turns into a little... whatever. This guy's a fucking piece of shit. Don't put out a record with him. Fuck you, Tom. I know you will see this because I'm going to tag it appropriately so people looking for your label find it on the internet. Fuck you, Tom.